Yukon Police.
Yukon Police, golf ball size hail reported by the Yukon Police. Looks like the biggest hail is just west of the Yukon area, downtown Yukon area, just west of there.
Okay, very good. And that does match up with what Advantage Doppler HD is showing. That hail core looks to be a little bit north of I-40. Circulation moving into the southwest side of Yukon right now. If you live in Yukon, be in your shelters, get as low as you can, put as many walls in between you and the outside, and stay away from windows. Very simply put, that's the way to do it. Now, outside of the circulation area, that's where you're going to have the risk of some large hail. We've already seen the golf ball size hail. Very heavy rain falling as well. It's 2:27. Schools are going to be getting out in the metro over the next 45 minutes. You may want to consider school administrators holding the kids a little bit longer. Don't let them go now because the storms are already in the metro. Just make sure they're in a safe spot. This looks like a fairly broad area of circulation for a tornado. Very tight circulation, and Rusty, you've been watching.
I have been for about the last 10 minutes. What I would say is that the circulation hasn't gotten any better, and the further north that this circulation heads, it's actually getting into a unfavorable environment. It's not totally bad, but the best juice, if you will, or the best instability is actually in the southwest and the south central side of the state. So as these storms lift north, they're actually getting into a little bit more unfavorable environment for severe weather. It does not mean that a tornado is not possible, but a good sign is that we haven't really seen this circulation tighten up any. That is not to say that we're not going to see golf ball size hail out of this and a lot of wind, Rick, but again, as you mentioned, it's a little bit broader of a circulation, if anything, than about 10 minutes ago.
Now, one thing I want to be here, there's a lot of...
Oh, fuck!
And instead of a north-northeast movement, it becomes more of a northeast movement. So,
wow,
in West
Lord
County, that's why you're under the tornado warning now. Because it may track a little farther to the east than north, so we're going to watch that for you. But right now, the core of this thunderstorm is west of Wiley Post. The hail core has moved into circulation now. Rusty, would you put it just east of the Yukon area?
I would, and as a matter of fact, we just painted on a few new shear markers, and as you mentioned, Rick, they did jump a little bit further east. Rather than more of a north-northeast track. So you're looking at right now along I-40, just east of Yukon, near the intersection of I-40 and State Highway 66. And again, the movement is still going to be north-northeast. However, as Rick mentioned, there is at least from one radar scan the possibility that this has maybe turned a little bit slightly further east. So now we're going to have to start looking at I-44 as well here, and of course the Northwest Expressway, anywhere on the western edge. Let's go on over to Sarah Libby. Sarah?
Just to include a couple other places that need to be on the lookout, Nichols Hills this morning includes the Village, War Acres, western Edmond, and also the Yukon area still. So if you live in these areas, this is definitely a place you want to take cover, get into the interior sections of your home, and take precautions as you would with any sort of tornado warning. Let's go over to Andy now and get an update.
Okay, we just got a report in of golf ball size hail. That's coming in from the Yukon area. Also a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be for Canadian and Grady County. That's going to go until 3:15. So that's separate from our tornado warning for Canadian County. It's a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Canadian and Grady County. And again, that's going to go until 3:15. The latest report we got.
Boy, look at that circulation
from the Yukon area, and that came in at 2:22 this afternoon. Back to you.
All right, Andy, let's go ahead and bring Sky 5 up.
That is beautiful.
This is the wall cloud that we're looking at. Sky 5 hovering just to the east of the storm and keeping us up to date on what is going on. Again, no confirmation of any actual tornado, but the radar is seeing circulation within the storm. There is a and just to the east now of the Yukon area. Folks in western Oklahoma County, make sure you watch the tornado shelters. Again, special message out to the schools. Just make sure the kids are in the hallways. Practice the tornado drills. You know what to do, and no reason to panic. Everything under control. We'll let the system move on through. We've already had golf ball size hail reported in and around the Yukon area, and that is likely going to continue. Let's go back, if you want to switch that down a little bit. Let's go back to Advantage Doppler HD again. In the last couple of minutes, still looks like we have our circulation there. Just west of Bethany.
That's correct. Between Yukon and Bethany, the shear on it, Rick, has widened over the last 10 or 15 minutes to around 5 miles. However, the actual appendage is beginning to narrow up a little bit, so it's an indication is going to try and strengthen again. The other indication is that the circulation has jogged a little bit further to the east. I don't want to say that this is going to be a right turner right now, but it certainly looks like that's the case. And you can even see, Rick, I'm going to zoom in a little bit closer for you here and kind of get a good look at this. It does look like there's a little bit better inflow now into the back end of this storm.
Oh, yeah. Lots of it.
Some information for us.
I do. Tornado sirens are going off in the village at this time, so if you do live in that area, you'll certainly want to take cover, or any of the surrounding areas as well. Nichols Hills, the western side of the metro area as well.
Rusty, let's get an exact Wilshire and what's the north-south road here? Wilshire and
That's going to be
the turnpike.
That's the turnpike. The
So the Kilpatrick Turnpike. Yeah. So right in this area, that is where the main circulation. Now, it could be that we're seeing this kind of. We'll have to watch something developing on the south side, backside as well with this. Our hail core, there again, just on cue, we get our circulation right along State Highway 66. The hail core is a little farther north from the area of circulation. That's going to be this area. Almost where the turnpike makes the jog back to the east from MacArthur over to Council Road, still indicating some large hail west of Lake Hefner along Hefner and Britton Road.
Tennis balls 2 west of Yukon.
Go ahead, Andy. What you got?
Tennis ball size hail reported 2 miles west of Yukon. Tennis ball size hail, that's going.
Tennis ball size hail. Okay, so we've gone from golf ball size hail up to tennis ball size hail.
Looks like it's one right over here.
Yeah, that looks like the hail core with that. Rusty, let's back out and get some perspective on exactly what's going on, just to bring you up to date if you're just joining us. Tornado warning in effect for eastern Canadian County, western Oklahoma County.
Big hail. Tennis ball size coming this way right now. Bow. Woo. It's going to be hairy for a minute.